In this video, we create individual eEM user groups. We use a combination of application groups and dynamic user group policies to create groups of users with specific privileges. We use the two dynamic user group policies that were loaded when the AAI application was registered in eEM. Admin users and non-admin users, which are mapped to the resources JAWS administrators and JAWS users. We simply clone these dynamic user group policies into new policies, which can then be associated with specific access policies. We won't look at access policies quite yet. For now, we create an application group and add some users. Then we clone the admin dynamic group policy and associate our application group with this policy. This should give our new application group admin privileges, which we'll check in the UI. We're now covering points 3, 4, and 5. One of the more important aspects of fine-tuning access to AI functions resides in our ability to create user groups. We create one group, say scheduler managers, with the ability to add scheduler definitions in AAI, but not edit job streams, for example. In AAI, they would have the admin role and be given all admin privileges. Another group might be operators, who can use AAI supervision capabilities, but are denied all admin privileges. They cannot manage job streams, business units, or schedulers. In AAI, they would have the AAI user role. AAI has two basic user roles, admin and user, and so we loaded two matching group policies in eEM. They're basically broad user groups mapped directly to those roles via the API. We're going to use those dynamic policies now. This is a simple model to show how these elements are structured in eEM. Let's consider basic AAI security without eEM. Users fall into two basic buckets defined as roles, admin or user. There's really no way of securing specific areas beyond this. eEM gives us granular access security capabilities to address the following scenario. A group of users with the admin role in AAI can manage schedulers but not job streams. We may also want users with the user role kept from certain areas, like the reports. This is where eEM comes into play. When we registered the AAI application in eEM, two dynamic user group policies were generated, admin and non-admin. We also loaded two resources called JAWS administrators and JAWS users, which are mapped directly to the admin and user roles respectively by ways of the API. The admin group policy is given the admin resource, and the user dynamic group policy is given the user resource. Adding an eEM user to the admin dynamic user group policy will grant admin privileges in the web UI and the clients. Broadcom recommends leaving these policies alone, and you'll notice that the admin dynamic group policy is disabled by default. Instead, the recommended approach is to clone them for your own needs. By default, all AAI users in an eEM domain are associated with the JAWS users dynamic policy. Let's log in with our eEM admin user. We select AAI as the application. First, we create the application group for administrators. We head to Manage Identities, Groups, and Application Groups. We click the group icon to create a new user group. Next, we identify users currently defined in eEM that we want to add to the application group. Repeat this sequence for every eEM user you would like to add to the group. Policies applied to the group will be applied to all of those users individually. Next, we have to associate our application group to the admin user role in AAI. To do so, we have to add the group as an identity to the dynamic user group policy associated with the admin resource. This effectively gives all users in the group the admin role in AAI. We do not use the existing dynamic policy since it's a template, and it's disabled to make sure the default environment is secure. Instead, we clone the policy with the save as function and then add the identity. We're still in the AI application in eEM. We access the dynamic group policies that were loaded with the application. There should be two generic policies, admin and non-admin access policies. We clone the admin policy and then add the group. These are the two dynamic policies. Know that all users are de facto associated with a non-admin user. We clone the admin policy to create a new one. Then we add our application user group. The first thing you notice is that the policy is disabled, and for good reason. We don't want admin capabilities to be wide open. We click Save As to clone the policy. All we have to do is enable this new dynamic policy, add the application group, and confirm that the JAWS admin resource is associated with this policy. We should also fix the description. We log in with the eEM account. As you can see, we have full admin privileges. We can add schedulers, users, domains, and access all functionality associated with the admin role. If you're familiar with eEM, you're aware that there are different ways to manage user stores. You can store users internally if eEM is your user directory management platform, but you can also reference an external directory like LDAP. For this, you head to the User Store menu in the Configure tab and select User Store on the left. Change options from Store an internal user store to reference from an external LDAP directory. Then you'll need to configure LDAP and eEM so that the two can be synchronized, and you'll have to set the attribute mapping. This is obviously out of scope because it does not concern AAI directly. eEM administrators should be comfortable doing this.